Hi, welcome back. I'm Mary Jo, also known as Sojo, and this is my channel where I talk about all my quilty stitchy things. And I'm back to work some more on the Flower Shop block of the month. And today, I'm working on block 10, which is just right down here. So to start off with, I've got some on my pieces. The other ones are off here, but these are the ones I'm going to work with first. I'm going to take my H units, and there's 4 of these. And I'm going to do some stitch and flips on these corners on all 4 of these. So I'm just going to sew up diagonally and then down, and then after I press and flip them back, will look something like that. So I'll do that with all 4. And then I need to take, I think these are J's. Yes, this is a J unit. And these are I's. And I'm going to do stitch and flips on all 4 of these corners as well. Now there's only one of this. 3 and 4. These should all kind of fit together like a puzzle. All fit on there. Again, I'm going to sew these on the diagonally and then press them back. And then, before we go to the sewing machines, I need to take my K pieces. I'm going to have 5 in one pile and 5 in another. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need to do stitch and flips on these. So I'm just kind of lining these up a little bit better here. So now I'm going to do stitch and flips on these corners. Right here. And then the opposite corner on this pile. And on the other pile, I'm going to do these corners. I'm just going to stitch diagonally and then flip them back and press. So I'll have one set look something like that. And then these over here will look like this. Okay, so I'm going to throw some pins in all these. So press, and then I'll be back for the next steps. Okay, so I'm going to continue to build out this flower and these leaves here. So this is the center of the flower, this unit that was the J with the I pieces. And then these just kind of work its way around. So it's kind of like a 9 patch here. They're not staying down real well until we get them all sewn, but that's okay. And then I have these C's that are just going to go around it. Here in the corners. There we go. So when I take it over to the sewing machine, I'm going to sew all of these, well, the 2 vertical rows in a web piecing, which will mean I'll leave some holes. And then the next time I go to the sewing machine, I'll do the verticals. So this is kind of like a 9 patch here. I'm going to slide this over so I have more room to work with my leaves and stems. So I'll pin all that together in a second. Now I need to work on, let's see, I need a B up here. And then I need 2 of these. One, 2. And I'm going to put an E there and there. So I'm going to pin all that together and take it to the sewing machine and sew in just a second. Okay, now I need to take one of these. I'm going to turn it so it goes up like this. And then I need an E. So I'll sew that together. Then I need a G. And I need 2 of these. And then I need an E between that one and that one. All right, still working on some leaves. So I need another B. And then I need, let's see, 2 of these. With 2 E's right there and there. So then I'm going to take this, turn it on its side, and I need to put an E right there. And then I need a G and these 2 that'll have the E's, an E and an E. Okay, I'm going to put all this together and sew and press. Okay, so now I just need to sew these horizontal seams onto this flower, and the flower will be done. And then I'm going to place these L pieces. I need to put this L piece right here. And then after that's sewn, I can join this to that. And I need to join this L piece over here, right there. And then after that's sewn, I can join this piece right there. I made a little bit of a mistake. I sewed this green piece on the wrong side. It should be over here. So I'm going to rip it out, sew this green piece over here, and then add this piece right there. Let me fix that real quick. So I fixed my mistake. It's all done. Now I just need to join these. This one will join like this, and this one will just join like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish building this block out. So the flower just goes in the center. This one I need to turn this way, and this one I need to turn this way, just so that those leaves there are at the bottom. Again, I'll show you what the block looks like. This right down here. Now I'll sew those on. Then after I sew those on, I can add a D to the top. One here, one here. And then I can add an A to each side. One here and one here. Now I'm going to go ahead and sew all this together off camera because all of this is going to be really quick, and I'll be back once it's all together. And I'm done. There's what it looks like. Block 10 down there. There's my block 10. It's kind of big. It's 31.5 by 8, but it's all done. So then, in the finished quilt, it's going to be right up here above the door. Okay, till next time. Bye.